And it does change all the time, so I'm sure, sorry.
No, I'm glad that you showed us today.
Oh,
Thank you.
You've been
long.
Don't ask for an executive session because we don't know what to do.
Yeah, I was stopped recording. I'm going.
Recording. You're a lifesaver.
Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Meredith. It's. Think we did it, we did. Okay, thank you for your heroic work. Call the meeting to order at 7:19. If anybody is online, we had technical difficulties, but should be good now. Those board members present, Terry Redfield, Chris Vinton, Carl Haynes, Robin Chestnut Tangerman, other people present, Jenny Talking Maniac, town treasurer, Meredith Morgan, in what capacity, Meredith?
Auditor.
Auditor, and Chuck Delpha, road foreman. Are there any additions or deletions to the agenda? I have one at under other business at the end. Just looking into a municipal required municipal code of ethics. Just looking at online on the VLCT website. Okay, approval of
We may
minutes.
need personnel. I don't know what information you guys received over the testing and all that, so we may need to.
Okay, possible executive session with personnel issues.
That's what we get into.
The minutes of April 9th, which was Chuck, Terry sent out. Did everybody get a chance to read those? Any additions or corrections? They looked good to me. I'll move to approve them as presented.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor? Aye. No abstain. 3 ayes, 1 abstention. Public comment. No members of the public here, nobody online. At this point, okay. Town officer reports. Town clerk is not present, treasurer.
Yeah, I just have a couple little things. First of all, I ordered the check reader. It's a refurbished one, so it's cheaper than the one that got canceled last year's $480. And the new one would have been probably $700. That just shipped today, so I should get that shortly, and then I have to learn how to use it. So it's an automatic check reader instead of me going to the bank.
You had one that did not work?
No, I was ordering one through the bank and it didn't work out.
Oh, okay.
So then I researched other reputable vendors and I found one that actually the bank had also recommended. So
And
we have a
so
refurbished one.
would that let you do deposits, et cetera, from here?
Yes, check deposits.
Check deposits.
So if there are cash deposits, which there are with transfer station money, or some people pay me cash, for taxes. I still have to go up there, but
Mhm.
it'll be greatly reduced from what it used to be.
So what did you say the cost was for?
$480.
Okay,
So that includes,
set up or not?
no, I think setup is free. I just have to work with the bank to figure out
Okay.
how to do the software.
Okay.
So, as I was researching that, so that's a good thing. So, hopefully I'll be set up by June for the June 15th. If not for sure for the next fiscal year. So as I was researching that, I also had to look into my computer to make sure that it had the capacity to run a check reader. And it does, but while I was looking into that, I found out that my computer is, it has an old processing system so that I can't update the current software to use is 11. And my computer is on 10 and it will not upgrade to 11 because the processor is so old. So what that means is that my computer is not secure and it needs to be secure, especially for treasurer. So I need a new computer. I'm not sure when I got this one, the last computers that were purchased for the town were for town clerk and the listers. They both got them at the same time in 2021. And they were just under $1,000 each. So I'm trying to figure out how to go about purchasing a computer this time because back then, and when I had gotten mine years before that, we had a contract with Vermont Digital and they helped us choose the right computers and then they set up everything and transferred all the software over and they checked to see if the software was still viable on a new computer. I can't do that. So I think we don't have Vermont Digital anymore. And I think it was swapped out with Larry Gold, who has his own business in Mendon. He set up the computers here.
Mhm.
So I'm hoping he is up to it to help me figure that out. But I would like to just confirm that it's okay with the select board to spend money on a new computer. There's $1,600 in the current budget left. And there's also 9,000 and change in the reserve account.
The technology.
Yeah, for the,
Yeah.
and then we'd also need to spend however much money for somebody to set it up. And help me choose one.
I don't know if Kevin Eaton
Oh,
has
does he know how
that.
to do that?
He does
Mhm.
computer tech stuff. I don't know anything beyond that.
Okay,
I mean, you know, I'm sure Larry is insured and or bonded or something, but.
yeah, because he's got an official business.
Right.
Mhm.
But Kevin may be a good resource.
Okay, all right, so I can contact both of them. If it's okay, I probably should get on this one soon because the old software expired. Or the old system in October, so I'm not getting any updates, which
Mhm.
means not getting any security updates.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
All your accounting stuff's through Nimerick, right?
it is. Mhm. So we back up through them. And we also have Carbonite.
Does Nimerick have technical assistant too?
To set up a computer.
Yeah,
I believe they have it to set up software and assistance for that, but the physical, the product now. Hardware.
Probably how to run their programs, but not.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I suspect they support their software, but they,
Yeah.
don't help you do the install or, set up your own
Yeah,
computer.
so. I was also thinking of contacting Vermont Digital to see what they would charge for a visit to set up a computer. I could check with them and I could check with Larry and see if Kevin has any other options too.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think
Um,
you do what you need to do, I think.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
we have
Raise
a
the-
secure system's pretty critical.
Yeah. So. Yep,
Would the computer still be in the 1,000 range or probably closer to 15 plus?
no, I don't think so. I was looking at some. I think it still could be under 1,000.
Mhm.
I was looking at, similar ones to what I have now, so, and who knows, maybe. The computers we got through Vermont Digital were marked up a little bit, I don't know, right? But when I was looking, and don't, hold this, but for this similar one that I have. When I looked a couple of weeks ago, it was 750. So I don't know if that gets affected by the
Probably depends.
blockade.
Pre-tariff or post-tariff.
Yeah.
But don't
Yeah.
pay sales tax.
Right, I know. Thank you for that. So I wanted to let you know about that.
Yeah.
Um,
And we don't need to authorize.
I don't.
I think we can say the consensus or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just as long as.
Johnny can shop
Or
for
if you
what
have any
you
more-
need. Before.
Believe me, I don't want to be doing this either, it's just. And. Yeah, that's it for now.
Thank you, Jack.
And, yeah. Yeah. And anything else? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Um. Library, Crystal's not here, but, I think as far as I know, the plan is still for, Bree to come back May 4th. Begin the rest of the work. Emergency management. There's the, May 6th. Event in Pulteney. Which I'm planning to go to.
I am too. Apparently.
That's Rutland Regional Art, what? So.
That's what it's through,
Yeah,
yeah, the
Rutland.
woman that was here last meeting was from Rutland.
Maggie O'Brien.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're coordinating it, it's like multi-community.
Right.
Yeah. Um, Don't have anything else on emergency management. Listers, I happened to come in yesterday while listers were working the office and just talked a little bit there. Planning on lodging the grand list around June 4th. I think it has to be by June 15th. And so ahead of time, and they said they're, in a good position, as far as the number of properties left to visit and all that. And they've been doing a lot of mandatory training, new training that the state requires. Health officer, nothing new. Auditors.
I don't have anything new to report.
Okay.
We are looking over the Hubbard, checks that are, we're pretty much determined we're missing a couple of invoices, and so we need to get copies of the invoices, from Hubbard. So, we meet on Monday to discuss how we're gonna move forward with this, I guess.
How many years haven't come back?
Um,
Trying to find-
they keep sending us just through 25, but they told us that there was a balance as far back as 218. There's some recollection by 4 board members that, when the compactor was down, 1 week or something happened, I don't know if there was, what happened, but there's possibly an invoice was missed then, and, so here's the thing that I keep seeing, besides the missing invoices, is that they're charging us late fees. And, it's because our checks are going out about 2 or 3 days after the due date. And it's a little inconsistent about the late fees actually being charged, like sometimes there's 2 weeks to pay, sometimes there's only 1 week, but I get lumped invoices and done, so it's not exactly clean and clear as it should be. So,
So, I was gonna wait till we did solid waste, but I'll follow up with that. I think it's either a problem of missing invoices or a problem of them not applying our checks correctly. Their accounting or they're not great at what they do. Last week they sent 2 invoices, but they were both the same invoice, so maybe it should have been another invoice, I don't know. In any case, there's another note on one of the invoices today. And I took the liberty of writing a note to them from the select board, and I'm going to include that with our payment. But it pretty much says that we pay each invoice promptly as we receive them, as we've been doing for years. We indicate on each payment what the reference number is. It seems that perhaps invoices were not received by us and therefore not paid. We want to pay them. Sending statements does not clarify what is due for us. And we're a municipality and we are required to have documentation in order to execute payment. So please review your records and indicate exactly what invoices we owe and send us copies.
yeah.
It's their job to do that.
That's
We have
very,
no idea, like, we can't look through the statements and know what was paid or not. It's crazy. They should be checking off.
well,
I've been on that side of the business, that they should be checking off the payments when they get it
when they get
and
applied.
check it against, apply, yeah.
Yep.
So it's in their hands now, like, it's just crazy for me that they're handwriting, you owe us this much money. Well, do your job and tell us what we owe you and we'll pay.
Right,
So-
they're just saying there was a balance due.
Exactly.
And not telling us.
So, and if you
what
want to pass it
invoices
around, look
weren't
at it,
paid.
make any adjustments if you want, and I will.
So that is thank you for doing it.
But I think it's like, it's out of our hands now. We're letting this go on too long. Just, it's back to them. We're happy to pay. We will pay as soon as we get the invoices, but.
But then there's the compounding of these late fees.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that yet, but.
But there is probably more than $400 worth of late fees.
Mhm.
Just based on the most recent statements that I looked at. And it's because, they're only giving us 2 weeks and from the, time when your meetings happen. And you approve the payments is just past when they're often due.
But so the interesting thing is, though, I've been paying, I don't know how long we've done business with Hubbard, but I've been paying invoices for 14 years, 13 years. And if Hubbard's been part of those years, this has never happened
This has
before.
never happened.
As soon as we get the invoice, we don't wait for the statement, we pay it.
Yeah.
And,
There's.
so I don't know if they've got new people there that don't know what they're doing or what, but.
It's always
Pretty
worked,
truthful,
yeah, it
yeah.
hasn't been an issue until we got the nasty gram last October.
Mhm.
And relative to that invoice from like 2 years ago, whenever it was, when the compactor was broken down, we had repairs done. And I don't remember the figure, but it was like $1,500, it might have been 2,000. It sat on somebody's desk at Hubbard's and they sent it to us 1 year later.
Right, that's why I think,
Apologize.
I don't think it's us, I know it's not us.
Yeah, I know it's not, us. I agree.
So if they want, we're happy to pay, just tell us what we owe. Show us the invoices.
Yeah, show us the proof, show us something.
But like, it's just so unprofessional to handwrite on there and.
And then, can that letter be also from maybe the select board, like the chair signed it as well as. I think Jenny, is it's important, but the select board, they need to know that It's not just Jenny.
No, I wrote it
Yeah,
from slash.
Oh, it is. from
So
the
somebody can
staff.
just,
Okay.
if you want to sign it, yeah, yeah.
We can all
I read it.
sign that and, make copy and mail it tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll put it with the check tomorrow.
But yeah, it's,
Yeah.
the problem's on there.
I mean,
Yeah, it's just.
should I just sign it or should all of us?
Whatever you, what do you think everybody is?
You should be fine.
Yeah,
You know, the intent is there that it's the town that they need to come up with what wasn't paid and tell us.
right.
Time it happened,
Really, like, don't just, yeah.
you know. There's different people, last time I was in there, there's different people in the office, so that may be why somebody's in there trying to clean up the office.
Yeah,
And they don't have a clue what happened.
The statement program on QuickBooks or whatever it is that they're using, it looks a lot like QuickBooks, but it's all automated, so no one's actually signing off and saying, you know, we're going to apply a late payment here.
Mhm.
And then it's getting compounded by the program as well, so.
Have the auditors had any communication with the Sullivan and?
No, not
Powers.
for the audit.
Yeah,
yeah, when is that supposed to happen? Did they
Not-
ever give a date?
Well, 27, or I guess it's supposed to start at the end of this year.
closed out of this fiscal year,
Yeah,
right?
Right,
So we were shooting August, 1st of September.
yeah. I would,
I thought it was after the library project was finished, because the library project is also being done, it's two different audits. So I thought it was,
You said
20.
for 24,
so it's,
25 or 25, 26?
no, 20s.
26, 27. Starting a new
Pretty
fiscal
sure.
year, wasn't it?
oh, I
No,
thought
they're
it was
auditing this
one.
time.
They're auditing this for,
Yeah,
Yeah, they audit this,
yes, because,
so it starts in the fall, their audit from the
Oh,
books that close.
right.
the
for the
30th
books
of
that
June this
closed
year.
June 30.
yeah, so if,
that's,
I could request no start earlier than September, because it's gonna, take a while to close. And then right after that, I have to do tax bills. So July and August are pretty crazy. So, if we could start in September, and that means start giving them information too, because I'm not gonna have time to, get them the information they need while I'm trying to do a precise close and the tax bills. That would be my request if you hear from them, or if you guys hear from them.
Okay, next, other officers, delinquent tax collector, trustees, of public funds, planning commission, or other. That brings us to highway report.
Well, Chuck had got a piece of paper from Harbor Freight. I attempted to make out a commercial account with them, charge account, and that was denied. I read that tonight. So I don't know the particulars. I don't know if there's something in there that indicated the use of credit card or their credit card. So I don't know if it reflects back onto what our assistant had started with Harbor Freight and was trying to get credit cards assigned to the employees back in February and March. So I'll see if Patty and I can contact them one way or the other to see if that's why it didn't go through. On that note, Harbor Freight has a compactor for $699. The other place that Chuck checked with in Rutland could get us one for around $3,000. The Harbor Freight one had roughly a $200 extended warranty on it. 100% replacement warranty. So we could be into it for less than $900 as opposed to 3,000 for a compact. The culverts that we talked about last meeting. Ferguson didn't have them stock. So they got delivered here today. The 12 culverts. So, we need to figure out some way to purchase the compactor now. So they can start,
Motion for that, do you?
well, we gotta find a way to,
Oh, for Harbor Freight with
Yeah.
okay.
you know. So
But
I
think
don't
that
have
was
that
already-
direct,
Wasn't there already moved to appropriate a
compactor.
factor?
Well, this is the pricing we got for them too, so. He had said that other municipalities have them. And then they haven't been returned, so that's all that they knew. So. I don't know. The best way to purchase from them. I just noticed that, found that this afternoon. So I don't know if Patty sent it today or if Patty sent it Tuesday afternoon. And I just read it today that we didn't get approved for. So, it looks to me that there's 4 culverts on Fitzgerald Road that should be reset. And 2 driveway culverts that need to be reset on Fitzgerald Road that I checked yesterday. What'd you say, 3 on Spruce Knob?
3 on Spruce Knob, driveway culvert on Spruce Knob.
And the one on Norton Road.
There's. I've lost track, there's so many that need to be done.
And the thing,
Reset or replace.
and the whole thing is, at this point in time. Are they high enough so when you grade them, you're gonna pull them up?
Right.
You know, so they have to be set before we grade the road,
Yeah.
so.
Jenny, can we pay by check to Harbor Freight?
I don't know that they accept checks.
I'm not sure, I didn't ask them, let them know.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't send us a.
Did-
Because we haven't been able to establish an account. So
The
it'd be
$1 million question, did you ever get the credit card?
No,
Okay,
is that our limit, million?
no, I mean, but. That would be one way we could do it. So. As far as. The letter of intent we talked about last meeting for the connecting segments. On what's left in town. We have a May 1st deadline on that. The letter of intent is on the computer, we just have to fill it out. 169, I think, communities have signed a letter of intent to apply for the funds. There's only 70 communities that have not committed yet to the program, as of what I read today. So if we want to be in the running for possible money to do work next summer, it starts now. There's some site that's. It said that you might be able to find out what you might be eligible for.
Mhm.
I do believe that program is the one. It is 80-20 money or in kind. Money.
And this is for paving or road?
No,
highway work?
road, either bank stabilization,
Culverts.
culverts.
Green, yeah, we need green.
I do believe it's part of the segment program. I found there's 511 segments in this town. It looks like. Near as I could tell that there's 16 segments that we're still in quote unquote violation on that needs to be addressed. But last fall with the controversy on Coy Hill, supposedly the state was going in and changing the criteria. And the portion of Coy Hill up by Fowler's got taken off the program, which was one of the priority areas. So the nearest I can tell, the last update to the material that I was looking at was 22. So I don't know if someplace, Philip said he has knowledge of using that program with Bill Tuesday when I talked to him. So maybe he can tell us if there's a new updated since 22 on what spots here in town. It's what I did notice is it's showing the spot on Spruce Knob, which I assume would be up through by Niffin's, up that grade where it muds up. Maybe one small spot, and then from the trailer at Nicole's up through towards Sarah's had two more spots. So that's 3 spots of the 16 in town just on that portion of the road. That was still showing in red on the map, so. But we can apply for this letter of intent. And then look down the road to see what we can get for specific projects.
So when you say it's on the computer, needing just to be filled in, what computer?
No, well, they sent it out in that program.
Okay,
And I don't know if everybody got it or Patty just sent it to me, but I read it tonight, so. When I've been searching through these connecting segments and all that, so.
Well, and regional used to help us with that too. You know, keep track of the connected segments and update them and whatever, and. You know, and then Bill kind of took it over, but I don't know if they still have a person with support or not, but that'd be.
She said some lady had come out and showed her and Patty and Bill how to get into the program and use the program, but she hasn't. She finally got into the other day to show me, sent me the links that I should be able to get most of the information from. Cause you start at the whole state of Vermont, every town, and then you go to Middletown, then you go to
Right.
all the way across to hopefully get some information out of this. So. Do I have a motion to apply, sign the letter of intent for that program?
Nice, yeah.
Second,
motion's been made and
just knowing well that it is 80-20 money
Yes,
if we're not doing the work ourselves. But it doesn't say yet what we could be eligible for the portion of funding. But we have to determine the project and get approval from.
I'm sure there'll be a project.
And this is to be completed by the 30th of September of 27.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm sure there'll be a project that we can do.
Yeah.
Terry, do you have that motion written down?
I do.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
But
Motion carried.
do we have any headway on training facility?
Not as of yet that I know
We got an update today from Pat. You were copied on Patty's
of. Oh, I guess I,
email where she wrote and saying we're not there yet. And she was saying, you know, you guys have been less than helpful. How can we move this forward, please?
Okay.
No.
So I'll say that we should take up personnel an executive session later
Okay.
on that note. Chuck has some input on the tires for the backhoe. He's been dealing with John Deere, United, and Pete Tire.
The tires that they wanna put on the backhoe are the exact same tires that are on it right now. That in 520 hours gave us a vibration that you couldn't stand to drive the machine down the road. That's what the whole ordeal of it going to John Deere
Mhm.
and getting checked out. And they're willing to pay for the exact same tires again, put them on brand new. I talked to, I asked him about a less aggressive tire
Mhm.
when it spent the whole winter down there. And nobody really gave me any real answer as far as getting something that's less aggressive, better wear. So the salesman called and talked to me because they were gonna come look at them because they thought they'd been improperly mounted, that was their problem. It is not. So they brought in a tire less aggressive to Pete's. I went and looked at it today. And those tires are considerable more expensive than the original ones, but they'll last 2 to 3 times longer than the bias ply tires that are on there right now. So if we do the bias ply tires again, in another 520 hours, my feeling is we're gonna be in the same boat. And John Deere's not gonna help us again. So John Deere's, the price for those tires was 1970. And the tires that they showed me today that are less aggressive, the total bill would be. What they printed out today was 5,600. So John Deere still is gonna put in their part. And our part would be 3,200. And if we were gonna order that machine again tomorrow, those tires, to put those less aggressive tires on that get 3 times the wear, are about $8,000 bill. So
Is that for all 4 tires, or is that just the 2
Four.
rears?
4,
That's what for.
Now, that price you got, is that?
That's what I was hoping.
yeah, they'll be installed, they'll come right here and put them on.
Okay. And the 1900 would have been mounted as well?
Yes,
Okay,
but
or 20, or 2000.
yeah, call it 2000, it's 1970.
Yeah.
Is what they had. And the salesman from John Deere called me and told me our portion would be 32 instead of 36, because the total bill for the other tires was 5,600.
And those are our radial tires?
They're radials instead of bias,
Designed for on pavement.
designed to wear longer, to run them on the pavement and not get the wear that the tires we have right now.
Okay.
And the manager at Pete's said 2 to 3 times the life. The salesman, George, that I talked to, told me the same thing when I talked to him on the phone. You're looking at, they're almost double the price, but you got 2 to 3 times the life. And I guess my thinking is John Deere's not gonna help us again with tires. I can't imagine why they would. Because it's a wear item.
Right,
Yeah. Does the piece of equipment go into off-road territory where it would need aggressive tires, or it's all?
We're not, I mean, yeah, we might drive in a little bit of mud that's on the road that everybody in their car drives through. I mean, the worst thing for the tires that are for the machine is driving down the blacktop.
Right. Tractor tires.
We're not on job sites where we're roughly tearing into mud.
Yeah.
We need to get to the dirt roads, we can go put in a culvert or clean the ditches.
want me to move to do that?
No, well,
You got something, Carol?
the whole thing, the numbers aren't adding up to me. So if the old tires were gonna be 1970 and these new ones are 5,600. We're over 3,600, 3,630 difference instead of 3,200.
3,200 is what they said they'll do them for, what our portion would be.
So
And
just so we know
the new tires that are the same as what's on it would be
Yeah.
1970.
Yeah.
For those brand new.
Yeah.
Or 56 is what he printed out because Matt had no idea what kind of deal that the municipalities get. Because all municipalities that buy tires through Pete's or whoever they buy them from. So it was $400 less.
So this is
Okay.
Pete's tire, or is
It's
it?
the one that's gonna put the tires on.
Okay,
That's where
so,
they're coming from.
but John Deere will pay a portion of that.
They'll pay 1970.
So that's, I guess that's where John Deere says our balance would be 3,200 by the sound of things.
Yeah,
Instead of the 3,630.
right.
That is the difference because we get a municipal discount
Okay,
and they don't get a municipal discount. Because it's going on our rig, they can get the municipal discount for them tires probably. That saves us that.
So approximately 3,200, 3,230.
You said 3,200.
I mean,
The long dollar would be 3,630
Right.
between the two and. But did you make that?
I'll move to go with the radial tires as recommended by the tire, Pete's Tire and the salesman. The radial for balance of 3,200, I believe.
I'll second it.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion?
Just a point of knowledge that our repair parts budget was $45,000 for this fiscal year. We're already at $46,000.
Yeah.
2 more months to go, so just want to make everybody aware of that as you make your decisions.
Okay, no breakdowns.
Well, just I'll put my input in. There's a lot of things that were wrong when I came here
Yeah,
that had to be fixed, or we didn't have equipment to work with. It was that simple. I've only been here since last September and used a lot of the equipment very little. So I understand what she's saying, but. So it looks like I've spent a lot of money fixing our equipment that needed to be fixed so we could use it, plow the roads, put in culverts, dig ditches, whatever, grade them.
I don't think that's a question.
I'm not, it just, that's kind of what I'm feeling, is that,
No.
That's not it.
okay, all right, then I took it the wrong way, but
Just a
That-
point
that's
of-
what I
point of
was-
Information,
I,
just a point of information.
Yeah, Jenny's just giving us information as to what we've got.
okay, I just,
There are other things that we haven't spent on, so that we might be able to, out of the whole highway budget. We might be able to cover some of the expenses if we have an issue. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Chuck.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Right?
Aye.
Approved unanimously. Because what good is a backhoe without tires?
Well, they got
Well, we
tires,
got it back finally, at least they can use that.
but it's when you go down the road and you.
They rebuilt the latches on the 1 ton. We looked at them last fall. They wasn't in existence. The whole latch assembly was froze up. He'd got a price from Bill Lyle for $1,200 to take it over for him to rework it. So they reworked it themselves and got it so the tailgate would latch again. So,
I didn't know it wouldn't.
well, we didn't have, last year, we didn't even have sideboards on it.
Didn't
They'd
have
taken the sides off because they had the contractor sides on it.
Mhm.
And they had, the hinges had rusted, so they had taken the whole sides right off and then put in a board. So it wasn't used for any, so the bottom is bolted back on, and the hinges, the latches on the side are in, so they at least can haul some material with it, with our employment situation. Only be able to use the one ton. So. Any word from Michael about the structure?
He is willing to do a site plan and an elevation, not a 3D rendering. But I said, you know, we'd really like to see an elevation showing what does this look like in comparison to the fire station, and just, you know, on the site. He wants a survey to start with for the site plan. I don't know if we have one. I was going to come in today and look for that. So he is willing to do that, but he's also going away, I think, Saturday for 2 weeks.
Okay. I know Earl and Jackie had that property surveyed. I'm sure there is a survey on Dot's property to the north at one time.
Well, we had a site plan done for the a town hall to be over there at one point. And I don't know if that was based on a survey, but it was there's an existing site plan for a town hall, town office there, and that may be adequate, whatever their starting point was.
Cause Bill had told me that he could show me that pin on Dot's between us, the town and Dot's property.
Mhm.
I think that property's changed hands.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
Dot's Dot reads LLC, but and I'm pretty sure the church had their surveyed too,
Mhm.
cause there's the survey pin that exists between the church and the firehouse. Right there underneath the eaves of the firehouse. But I don't ever recall the town having their lot surveyed.
Right. So there may be pins set where we need them,
There's,
but not a corresponding
yeah,
survey for
yeah.
that town.
but she should be able to get an elevation or whatever, close enough for what we're doing. Anything else? Other than addressing these the question of rental of an excavator to do these culverts with. I would prefer to rent hourly if I can find a machine. Jerry Parker had offered to rent us one of his. I did not get a rate from him today. We have rented by the month, I think, previously from Greg Constantine, who owns Dots LLC up there over in Clarendon. So there's two options. If he would rent, the biggest thing is mobilization. What's your-
Why can't we set culverts with our backhoe? That was one of the main reasons for buying the backhoe.
Well, you can, it's just. You can get twice as much done with an excavator.
You can get a lot more done.
You know, and that's the whole point of.
If you have
all
a
these-
project lined up and we're doing a bunch of ditching or an improvement, rebuilding a section of road, absolutely.
Are they,
Or if you have 10 culverts lined up that you're gonna do boom, boom, boom.
But
Yeah,
the thing is, the biggest thing is moving it from, say, you start on Spruce Knob and Norton Road, doing them four. And then moving to Fitzgerald Road. Hiring somebody to,
Yeah, somebody to truck it, you're paying.
you're gonna have,
$100.
I think DJ, I think he was 180 an hour from West Rutland back to West Rutland, so you get good part of 3 hours just moving it, so you got $500 into moving it every time you move it.
Jimmy had talked about it, letting the town use this trailer to move equipment.
So if we can rent one hourly locally, it may be easier to get it moved.
That's whatever works best for you guys.
Most,
I mean, yeah, I mean, some of them are gonna be bang, bang, bang right along the road.
Yeah.
Some of them's gonna be one here, one over there, and one, yeah, so it's. I guess you could maybe pick and choose the ones you wanna rent it for, if you wanna use the backhoe for the other ones, or, you know.
there is a trailer on West Street at Jerry's too, to move his, that was,
Do we have the capability? with
yeah,
our van?
our truck does,
Is that something that you would be willing to do?
Yes.
you know.
Well, in that case, I don't see an issue with that then.
Just like, the gate was open, I went to the pit and he wasn't down feeding his cows. And then when I went down by the house, he'd been there and gone. So I didn't catch him today, since I talked to him originally, to get a price. So if we can go ahead and I can secure that, can we start putting culverts in?
Absolutely.
If there's,
So
I mean,
then you
that's,
can grade after that.
he's started spot grading, trying to blend in some of the stone, because we had just the opposite. We had the sunken culverts, we put the stone in to make it passable, now the road's gone down, so all them piles of stone became a bump in the road
Yeah,
that you had to lunge over. So now he's cutting them down, and he did Fitzgerald Road the other day, and
I've been on Fitzgerald Road, Daisy Hollow, Coy Hill, Mountain Road, Lookaway Lane,
some he's done with,
Dudley Road.
some Phillips done with the backhoe, and some he's done with the grader, so.
okay.
So far, most everybody's happy. The Wayne Conger service request form, we both been down and looked at it. That, once again, that culvert needs to be reset. The inlet side of the culvert across his driveway there's 5-6 feet of it on top of the ground.
Is that a side with fiber optics, or haven't you had
There's,
that?
you gotta dig safe it,
Okay,
because I talked to them, and sometimes even if you don't see the post on the side of the road, they could have dropped the line out of the pole, running 1,000 feet up the road, or dropped it in the ditch.
Yeah.
And nobody even knows.
Yeah.
So.
What's-
We dig safe that, I've had them, they're supposed to come and do dig safe for me on Spruce Knob and Norton Road. Cause
okay,
that's where I wanted to start. And they haven't been here yet, but we contacted them, I believe it was on Tuesday. But this time of year, there's only one person that does this whole area. And when I talked to her one day, she was right here in the parking lot, said that it's getting busy, so it could be longer than the 3 or 4 days that would at most usually take, because she's all by herself.
well. You've got some marked though, right?
Yes, I marked some up on Spruce now.
No, I'm saying some that's marked with fiber optic that you've gotta work in, like on.
Fitzgerald Road, that one was marked, yeah.
Okay, so you can work on that and
So,
dig safe.
I can, but, so, do I try to dig down, because he told me that wire is only 2 feet, it's an 18-inch culvert, and the wire is at 2 feet depth. So,
Oh, if you know where it is.
dig through it, let them fix it.
No.
I mean, what do you want me to do?
That was the whole thing.
That doesn't give me much wiggle room.
We
No.
buried different fiber optic, and they had drilled underneath the culverts.
Yeah,
Originally, they had to be notified to move the fiber optic out around the culverts. Those culverts that were plowed directly through. You know, we had an agreement with them that just notify them that they would come and they would run it around the end of the culverts years ago. But since they buried new stuff in the ground that I had no knowledge of. That Bill said they put in sleeves underneath these, so. I don't know what is old fiber optic and what is. New installation, so. But we hasn't had the opportunity to cut it yet. So,
No, don't
Oh, they're
put-
safe.
well. Other than that, I think. We're good for now. Take up the. Light the. The class and.
Where, I guess I have a question. When I'm doing culverts, we're gonna bed them with new material. Where can I dump the material, the old material that we dig out when we're doing culverts or cleaning the ditch? West Street, where can I get rid of it? Does it have to be an approved site? If you want some, can I bring it to your house, or if you want some, can I bring it to your house?
Yeah, we have a form if somebody close by, if you're working on wherever, if you're working on Coy Hill and somebody on Coy Hill wants some fill or. You know, you try to minimize your trucking. If nobody wants it, you know, if nobody has a request in for it. I would say probably stockpile it on West Street. Would be my guess.
Can we make an access road on Coy Hill to our property there to dump it there?
Or at the pond site, the reservoir. you know?
No.
The old dump,
The old
I
dump.
still, my position is still, I think the least you do there, we pretend it doesn't even exist, the least you can do, the better would be my gut reaction.
Turn over, but
What's that?
I said it's grown over.
Yeah, it's all grown over, right?
Um,
It's woods, and I think that's the best thing to do is leave it as woods and look the other way.
Yeah,
we can look and see if we can find. Place along the shoulder where we can start getting it. At one time, I suggested using ditch cleanings along West Street. From Foxbridge down through there. That got shot down because of the proximity to the river, but. At one time, we had a policy in place that any place there was an 18-inch drop from the travel portion of the road. We're required to have guardrails. Well, there ain't many places between Foxbridge. Down through there, that's not more than an 18-inch drop, so. I'd suggested trying to put some shoulder down there, so in the future we might be able to put a guardrail down through there, but. Because of the
Yeah.
proximity to the river,
You have to rip wrap it first and then.
well, I
On
mean,
top.
just below the bridge there, you're 20 feet from the river anyways, but.
Okay.
But you get down almost to Wilder's. The river's coming into the bank right there.
Yeah,
And we have the same on the corner, just as you head up the avenue to Coy Hill there. As soon as you break the avenue, the river's taking it's starting to undermine the road right there. So in the future, we're gonna have to get a permit to stone that. To compel the river from the road from getting washed out. I noticed that the other day when I was looking at that culvert going across right there.
isn't there's a spot on West Street where we have piles of material, right?
Yeah, that's been there since
Yeah.
I have no
more
idea.
than well,
Long time.
when the road was cemented, the piles were made there, down along through there, across from Parker's trailer there. Along that flats, there's piles right on the side of the road that never got moved. So. Can see if we can find any other place. He trucked 3-4 1-ton loads down to West Street this week.
So, yeah, I mean, as you heard, if there's somebody if we have a request for fill.
Yeah, there is a form, if you know where you're working, if you say next week you're gonna be working on Spruce Knob, put a blurb out on Front Porch Forum, you're gonna be working on Spruce Knob, you may have some clean fill available, or whatever you wanna call it, some ditch material available, and if anybody has a use for it, give us a form to fill out, and boom, you can have it. Pretty straightforward, if anybody's interested.
See what we can find.
So as long as somebody's looking for it and they fill out the form, they can have it.
Yes,
With the intent that we try to do it when you're close by, if you're working.
Right, no, I
If you're working
understand.
down on Dayton Hill, you probably don't wanna take it to the top of Dudley Road, if there's somebody, hopefully there's somebody on Dayton Hill.
Right, no, I get that,
Yeah, that's.
but it doesn't have to be, somebody's gotta come and inspect and make sure it's okay to dump there for whatever reason.
It's just road ditch material.
Well, I had some dug off mine that was, I asked for it, to have it put on my property, and I was told absolutely not. So that's why I'm asking, I just wanna make sure that I'm clear
Yeah, as
as
far as
to
I
what the
know,
rules are.
we used to have a list and that's probably pretty well outdated, but as far as I know, we haven't refused anybody if it's just normal clean ditch material. They're welcome to it, you know, rather than trucking it the other end of town.
what Terry said.
I don't
What's
have,
that?
What Terry said.
yeah, I don't have a problem with somebody requesting it,
We can get rid of it someplace.
yeah.
Cause we really, until we know what we're doing on West Street, we don't want to overly put too much there, just to make sure that it doesn't affect the floodplain compared to our the NOMA that we're asking for,
Yeah.
you know. We're gonna need a lot of material there, but
Is that it for highway?
I think for a while.
Okay, thank you. Town lands, no updates on library. No updates on West Street that I've heard. Solid waste.
Nothing on solid waste other than, I don't know if you had this last time, I assume you did, maybe the posters from Patty for,
Yeah.
with a note saying Terry to put out. But I think there's already. Anyway. So big dump day will be before we meet again, I believe, it will be a week from, 2 weeks from this week, 2 weeks from Saturday. So next week, I will call Hubbard's and we'll see if they still talking with me. But I'll order 4 containers as we usually have done, and if either Chuck or Philip, if somebody can work, and it's up to you if you wanna take overtime or trade a day or whatever.
I think Philip's gonna do it, if for some reason something happens and he can't make it, then I'll do it.
Appreciate it.
Well, I think that's why we left it last fall, was I did it last fall, I'll
Right.
do it this spring, and I'll do it again in the fall. But
Okay,
if, like I say, so he has something that comes out, I'll be there.
And there'll be a dumpster for metal as well.
yes, there'll be a separate dumpster for metal.
Now,
Thank you, Chuck.
we don't get any revenue from that metal, right?
No,
Clarence
and
gets
give
it,
it to Clarence Ritchie.
okay.
It's still better than the deal we used to have with. The Hubbard didn't used to charge us for disposal or for the weight of metal, but they still charge $200 for dropping off the container, so. They're saving $200 anyways.
In the old days, we had the separate metal day. And we got 50% of the. What was generated at the recycling center.
Yeah, they did that for a while, and then there was.
It turned controversial.
Folks that, yeah, there was a peeing contest for. Period of years and whatever.
I find that hard to believe.
I don't. In Middletown, no, we can't do that. I must have misspoke, I'm sorry.
Okay, and as far as personnel, large dumpster day, we're all showing up, working there, I assume.
Anyone, everyone is welcome, and you're not, obviously, you're not 100% obligated or anything, but everyone's welcome. Robert has also said that he would be there.
Time they start next.
6 AM, 7 AM in the fall, 6 AM in the spring.
Okay.
That's it.
Awful early for
Oh,
retirees.
Last one there, British coffee and buttons.
Correspondence.
Correspondence were included.
Jenny, you're all set with solid waste, right? Yeah, that was all.
Yeah.
Correspondence, we had a letter April 14th from Rutland Regional Commission in relative to regional future land use map proposal. Proposed changes in Middletown Springs. From our PC, and the only other thing is the driveway culvert that you talked about earlier on Dayton Hill, and when that is complete, then you'll have some paperwork to complete. Other than that, that's what we got.
Nice. Board orders. Next.
I think we got an email on that.
Yeah. So,
Thank you.
thank you, Mary.
Thank you, Mary, you showed up just in time.
Do we know how to shut it down?
Yeah, for a reason.
Do we know how to shut it down?
Save the phone call. We
There's
can- we know
like
how
a
to
little
shut it down.
exit button at the end, that
We-
either says exit or end on the right.
We
Oh,
can shut
okay.
it down. We can shut it down. Not to worry, you have to pause it before that. Thank you, Mary.
Right, take care.
Thank you, Mary.
Mac equipment, I see it, I didn't know there was still in business.
They are,
The sun went back into it.
Thankfully,
yeah, it's still there too.
Oh,
that's good.
Yeah, it seemed like it's a real business for the place. Seems like there's opportunity.
I was down to Justin Parker's yesterday. And they put a bunch of the waste box in down there to make the dog kennel
Yeah,
run out back there. They got them from Glens Falls, Pilates,
yeah.
$45 a piece.
Delivered.
Carrera's wanted 90 in Rutland, and I called them. He had somebody in Fairhaven with a tractor trailer. I'll get him. Something bear. A blue bear,
Bear dog.
bear dog. He said he had him go get them. Forget how many he had on.
Probably took a load of scrap down and a load of tires down and
Right.
block back.
Put them on a flatbed, but they didn't have enough in West Falls. We had to go to Saratoga and get them. That are updated mapping.
Did you see that?
No,
Here, just a second.
I seen it on the phone. Somebody showed me. A lot different than the big one they had here that we looked at, and wasn't gonna affect us, and
Right.
There's the second one that has 112,000 on it. So, we get payments from the state of Vermont for the library and for the lister appraisals. They come into our general bank account,
Okay,
so I'm refunding the money to the library for the $112,000.
okay,
That's their money. And then the appraisal things are gonna go into the reserve account for the, listers.
Do we take 10%
Yeah.
handling fee?
Yeah, right. Motion if you want. So I think that's, I don't know that you've seen any of those before, Chris, so I don't know.
I had not.
Yeah,
This one here, is there a sheet that goes with this one here?
which one is,
This is for the accounts payable. This Casellas and Dorans and Mandy's and, because that's for the town office, Mandy Spring.
yeah, that should be. It should be out.
Oh, wait a minute, that was sticking.
Oh,
Oh,
that,
there we
I bet you
go.
have the invoices.
No,
And on personnel, one of them has two pages on one side too. I think there's two more.
Yeah,
You got them both.
Right, have a good night, everybody.
Thank you. Have a good night, Jenny. Thank you for your help.
good luck.
Information.
Good
Thanks
luck,
for
computer. Good luck, computer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. It's been,
Thank you, Jenny.
you guys posted on that.
Please do.
At least we getting money from the project on Wash Street anyway, that's still coming, so.
Library project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
112,000.
Yeah, thank goodness.
So. What's in our cell, is that,
Fuel cell,
Fuel.
oil, and diesel.
heating it or fuel oil?
Both.
They do both.
Okay. Okay, there we go. There it is.
It's a bag of trash, but remember that I want it. I'm not fucking on the link.
You don't look like a hobo looking under the heat.
Yeah, why not? You're welcome to do this anytime you want. Did a good job.
I can only do one task at a time, either listen or write.
Aren't you glad you joined us again?
Yes.
Got back on here? Ian, supposed to be good players.
Well, the thing is they're designed for,
Radial, yes, I mean. Yeah, you got big. Yeah, the aggressive ag lugs on
You're on the
pavement.
you're out to the job site all the time, that's well, you get it.
It's not what there's a go. Right.
It's like those big mudder tires that the guys put on the truck, they work with for a little while. It's like,
Yeah, but they look cool. I guess. And then the truck is like way up here.
Yeah. for $800 a tire and $700 a rim.
Well, you just wonder,
$200 for the spacers.
when some of those folks are 45, 50, 60 crawling up and then, you make multiple stops a day, in and out, in and out, in and out. I think they get to be a little tiresome.
Getting so I'm having a hard time getting my, and now my pickup.
Yeah, right, that's.
Well, then you get in the low cars, that's just as bad.
Yeah, got that car and every time I get in, it hit my head.
What's the 4-inch perforated pipe used for?
We bought it to put drains across the road when we were digging diagonals in the road and stoning.
Catching,
Okay.
intercept.
So we bought it to put it on Garen Road, but then he didn't hit enough water, so he just stoned it, but then it dried up. So that may be a practice we may want to look into any place that we've had this continuous mud, is to try to get a stoned in drainage tile across the road.
Mhm.
Years ago, we put some in. There's some on Dudley Road, there's some on Fitzgerald Road that Rodney Cole, Rodney Turnbull and I put in back before Bill started,
And
pushing 30 years ago.
4-inch doesn't clog up?
You can put fabric or in it too sometimes if you,
Yeah, but we were stoning
it's like a foundation drain.
Yeah.
the RD, that's probably the RDS.
Yeah, my foundation unit is full of roots, I just
Yeah. There's plenty of water there, must be. You gotta cut the trees away from the house.
yeah, no trees where these roots are. I don't know
Funny,
where they're
they-
from, but
They seem to find a way anyplace.
yeah. I mean,
That's around the pump station.
I was
I
not pleased, that discovery.
goes out of the road. They're gonna move it down.
For real.
Around to the pipe. That was broken off and pulled it out, it was about that for the. Which is a little water. That
Blow
moisture.
away.
Approach.
Yeah.
Had to cover off and when the engineer was there. What's that? Like. Yeah,
That's
and then yesterday,
Whatever.
I pulled it out of the hole.
Yeah.
End up there on the bottom.
No,
That's crazy.
you were-
I keep it away.
Yeah.
I'll say that about that. Use that won't use, but found its way into there.
One way or another.
Huh?
You know?
Carol, did you? One I haven't seen yet. And she sent over the window, faxed over the service call.
That's what it was.
Yeah. And she didn't pay for them 3 months. No.
I just excavated here, you got.
The small one's the Kubota. 80, I think. The next size up is a Cabelco, I think.
He doesn't have a cat anymore.
No,
Okay.
that was too big for him.
Well, I guess you got me on this.
No, I've only seen it once in passing. Um,
Oh, Tommy.
so it's I'm guessing somewhere it's equivalent to 110, 120.
What, it was there 110, 120, 14,000 pound ballpark machine.
Maybe heavy, a little heavier.
It could be,
It's
I'm just.
it's on top of the mountain down there. On Lookout
I'm
Lane.
just thinking
and
about
fixing that
16 I
road.
got, 14,000 pound machine,
Yeah, 6.
like PC 60.
Yeah. So that's 6 tons, 6 metric ton.
What's that?
It would be like 6 metric ton.
Yeah, 14,000.
Yeah.
And what size is yours? Oh, in the yard.
I don't have one.
Somebody does.
Oh, that's John's.
Oh,
3.5 ton.
It's like a 305 or 307, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, 3.5 ton or whatever. So 7,000, 8,000, about 7,000.
well, that'd be big enough to put culverts in up in First Mountain.
Put one in for me. No, that'll be.
There's nothing spread around town. I said there's nothing spread around town.
I see Donnie Smith's got one.
It's got a couple.
Or a shiny one.
Again, Mark.
Yeah, Mark. Gotta have the right size put behind the 1 ton truck.
Well, depends on who's driving.
Yeah. It is that.
I'll make a motion, we pay the bills as order signed. As presented.
I'll second that.
I guess Terry hasn't seen that one.
Good motion anyway. Covered invoice February 24th, received April 20th.
Was that for the $200 that wasn't charged that night that I questioned?
No, it was 857.20. 224 is the trucking and tipping fee. I don't know what they got going on there. They might wanna look at their own books, I think.
Or,
or Zoom. Whoever was working.
Sometimes if something happens, they like to keep it quiet. But I have no idea.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? Aye. Motion is carried. Other business, just want to briefly say that I was looking into a municipal code of ethics. So in the 2025 session of the General Assembly, required each municipality shall post the municipal code of ethics, which is the one that it's required that we do, including procedures for the investigation and enforcement of complaints. And those procedures are left up to the municipality, but I would try to contact the LCT today to see if they have a model that we can work with. The town has a policy on conflict of interest, but we don't have an ethics policy,
Okay, so there's not something in the book already,
not for ethics.
okay.
This required one includes a section on conflict of interest. So we'll probably have to get rid of that and adopt this.
There's someplace in what I read this afternoon, the commission that was out there educating the communities have now turned into sounds like they turned into a enforcement to mediate these issues between people and municipalities and
Well, the Vermont State Ethics Commission, which is supposed to oversee all of this, has suspended municipal services. So we're not getting any help there, which is why I reached out to the LCT. So I'll look into it more and bring it back to the board. One of the requirements is that all select board members, members of legislative bodies, I think that was the wording, within 120 days of election, have to complete an ethics training. So that's you and me.
or those that didn't have it last year, or never had it.
And there was something that I signed up for, so I'll see if I can find that again. To you.
okay,
So that's just something that
that was a Zoom.
yeah, it's a remote training.
There was something in April. I remember seeing an
I
ethics.
wonder if I missed it.
I think I might have related that VLCT.
Yeah, there was something, I don't remember.
I get at least 2 a day, I think, on VLCT, it seems like.
Is that all?
Well, let me check.
Yeah, so I will keep looking into this, but just wanted to sort of give you all a heads up that I think we need to make current our policy.
Attempt to.
And I believe that brings us to an executive session to discuss personnel issues.
Okay,
Motion.
also move. And
We're
invite
inviting Chuck in.
At
8:45.
8:45 there now.
And
Hang on a second.
You got
Who
it.
seconded? Robin, or I'll second. Let me
You-
pause.
you seconded.
I seconded on pauses.
You gonna end it or you gonna pause it?
We can find the pause here. We had pause when we were trying. Well, no.
I think it's up at the top there where it says recording. And there's a pause button next to the word recording.
There you go.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, good job.
Good morning.
Have a good night. Yeah.
Okay, we moved out of executive session at 9:32.
32. Carl's, I made a motion, Carl second motion carried.
Out of executive
Yeah.
session. I'll
Out of
move,
executive
I'll move
session.
that Chuck and I meet with the employee to offer, commercial driver's training through Casella's training program as soon as can be accepted, can be enrolled.
That you and Chuck. Meet with highway employee. And offer.
As, and as soon as can be enrolled.
And offer, CDL
CDL
training
training.
or, yeah, CDL training at Casella.
Yeah.
As soon as can be enrolled, okay.
Second. Second.
I second.
You second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing.
If, I guess, if that is agreeable and a class can be set up tomorrow, is it okay to notify Patty of the action?
Yes.
Yes,
Just to
Sure.
take the pressure off the other side.
as soon as possible.
Yeah.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion's carried. Any further business? Hearing none. I'll move to adjourn at 9:34. Next meeting is in 3 weeks.
Ooh. Nice.
Next meeting, May 14th. I'll come in on the 7th to sign orders. Oh, the ethics class is May 7th. Oh, good. Yes, meeting adjourned.
Meeting adjourned. All right. Good job, everyone. I don't know what the heck we were.
I think you quote the end down at the, kind of the